So let's get into Diddy, right? Since we're on the heels of that, right? They're reporting that allegedly, this is the Daily Mail because we love to cite our sources. The Bad Boy music mogul reportedly had a meltdown while in prison. Well, in jail. He's in jail, not in prison just yet. You go to prison after you're convicted, you're in jail until trial. So he's still in Brooklyn at the Metropolitan Detention Holding Center. And it's interesting enough, he's in the same facility as Luigi Mangione, the guy who's been charged for allegedly unaliving the CEO of United Healthcare. Now, there's been a rumor going saying that these guys are supposed to have been on the same unit floor, but TMZ did some investigations and debunked the fact that Diddy and this Mangione guy, is on the same floor, but they're in the same building, which has got to be crazy if you're an inmate to be like, whoa, Diddy is on my left, Luigi Mangione is on the right. You run into people that's literally headline news. It got to be a total S show. And I want to know, for the cops and the guards that's in there, it has to be insane. It has to be insane. So let's get into it. It says Sean Diddy Combs had a festy meltdown in a notorious H-hole prison because he couldn't believe he was still behind bars there. It claims. This is allegedly from the Daily Mail. This is what I'm reading directly from them. A panicked Diddy reportedly pled with guards to be taken to a prison hospital for observation, claiming he thought he was having a breakdown on Thursday. The guard at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center refused his request, according to a source to the rapper who's been locked up since September. It continues. With his high-powered legal team, Diddy thought he'd be out on bail by now, said the insider. Spending the holidays behind bars was a nightmare for him. He eventually managed to calm himself down with a meditation techniques he's been using while he's been behind bars. It took him a few hours of deep breathing and focusing to get out of the bad space he was in, but he finally managed it. It continues. A source close to Diddy, however, denied the claims, telling DailyMail.com the rapper is staying strong in jail, despite missing his family a great deal at Christmas, which is a time he always spends with his children. Diddy's alleged meltdown comes as a judge ruled that an Alabama woman who says she was violated by him and another mogul when she was a teen can proceed anonymously for now in her lawsuit against the rap moguls. And this is like basically referencing to Jay-Z and Diddy. All right. This whole civil lawsuit that's going on and all these allegations being thrown everywhere. So this is what the article wrote. Now, the Daily Mail is reporting this story, but see, and this is the reason why we cite sources. The Daily Mail reported the story because they're saying a source approached them and they did some investigating and they were checking into the conditions of Diddy, and this individual reported it to them. Now, we don't know if it was a guard. They're just saying a source close to it. And sometimes you be having people that's working, prison guards and jail guards and stuff that, are with these celebrities, and they'll call media sources and get paid to report a story. So whether the story is true or false, that's the reason why I always say allegedly. But that's what they're alleging, is that, he's not having a good time in jail. But, there has been a spotting of him. Of course, he had to do a hearing, and allegedly he was not looking the best. They were saying that he looks as if he lost some weight. TMZ was reporting that he was not eating much, allegedly, because he was afraid that he might get poisoned or something like that. So, this is the update that we have in regards to Diddy, allegedly. This is the alleged update that they publicized about him. So I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts about that. And do you guys think that Diddy is going to ever see the light of day ever again? Do you think he's going to beat this federal case? Now, remember, the feds has a 97% conviction rate. The evidence is mounting, right? And we seen, the district attorney when he came out with all the evidence in which they were charging him for, with all the, the what do I call it? RICO. I'll say RICO, right? I think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, with the RICO charges and all types of stuff. And then the baby oil, and what it could have been possibly, and then allegedly the guy that had got arrested at the airport with him in Florida, this young guy, they reportedly got his charges dropped. So we don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. His substance charges, I'm going to say substance charges, was dropped recently as well. And you guys can look that up online. But I'm ready to move on to my next story.